I got two.
I can't get them.
That one's a giant. That one's a massive one.
I can't get them in.
They're in the net. They're in the net. Yeah! Boom! 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 Boom!
Guys, September is almost here, and I'm excited about fishing this month. The transition's happening. September can be a tough time to fish, but it also can be a time that can be rewarding. I've caught a lot of fish in September. Last year, I had one of my craziest fish moments ever, where I caught 2 bass on one big crankbait at one time. That was a 7.3 and a 3.7. So in this month, anything can happen, guys. Welcome to the Fishing Coach YouTube channel. I'm about to share with you guys my baits for September. Okay, there's so many baits, and this is like the month I think you can junk fish. But there's also, depending on highland reservoirs or lowland reservoirs, there's really like 2 patterns you go after. You're going shallow and targeting individual fish, and there's a lot of big fish that move shallow, or you're going out there in those offshore areas looking for fish that are eating bait fish, and they'll be in bigger groups. So guys, let's start off with it. Where these baits now are for everybody that's washing. You can be on the bank, or you can have live scope, not live scope. I know a lot of people know I use live scope. I mean, that's one of my things. I do my on the water lessons where I teach people how to use a forward facing sonar, go over offshore fishing tactics. If you're interested in that information, down in the description, send me a message on my Jimmy Eastern Fishing Facebook page or an email. But the first bait for September is a glide bait. Now, this is a mini glide bait. It's a custom glide bait. I don't even know the brand of it, but the information's down there. You can now get on Baitworks. I've had these for a while before they came out, but this is a mini glide bait. I got the KGB, the Spro KGB in there as well. But guys, I'm gonna throw this thing up at shallower areas, laydowns, docks, stumps. It can be small, shallow rock piles. I'm throwing shallower. I'm looking for bigger, shallower fish that's looking for 1 or 2 meals of the day with the glide bait, okay? And I'm not necessarily even using forward-facing sonar. You don't need forward-facing sonar with this, okay? But that's my first lure for September. And on my channel, I did a video last week where I did a glide bait challenge, and stay tuned. I'm gonna try to get some more. This month, I'm about to be throwing this guy a lot, hoping to get content for you guys, okay? Now, on my rod and reel setup on this little small glide bait, it's a 7.3 medium moderate action, okay? It's a crankbait rod, and then I have 12-pound test. I'm throwing a light line on this glide bait. If I was throwing that bigger KGB, I'm throwing the 710 medium, heavy, moderate, throwing 20-pound line on it. That's a little, you know, bigger bait. But there's that. All right, so now guys, bait number 2. So that's like my first, you know, shallower bait. I'm kind of go shallow, deep, maybe in a way. I'm looking on my stuff. That's really the one shallow one right now that I got, okay? But guys, bait number 2 is a big crankbait. This right here is a 8XD style plug. This is more of a rounded bill. By 6 cents, they have the Cloud 9 series and the DD series. This is a 500 DD right here in the Shadrone color, which is one of my colors I like. I throw all deep driving crankbaits, okay? It's not like I just throw these guys. I throw the Spro, Strike King, Phantom Outdoors. I throw quite a few. Okay, guys, but the big crankbait, I'm still fishing. For this, I'm not really going after those crazy big groups of fish. I'm going after single big fish that could be related to stumps and brush piles near deep water. Okay, as you see, this is a big crankbait. Your big bass are going to be around these pieces of cover like brush piles, stumps, and sustaining timber. And when they've seen a lot of lures, and they're still, you know, kind of finicky in this time of year, but this creates that reaction strike. Like that day, I caught 2 at one time. Total reaction strike. That thing came down, got those dudes to compete, and we caught them, okay? Now, I don't always work that way. I know, might be the only time I ever catch 2 that size at the same time on. I'm throwing this guy's on a 7.9 medium heavy moderate action, a big rod. I love this rod for cranking, okay? This is the Level NGX. I even said that earlier. Level NGX series, guys. I've talked about my channel, never even heard of Level rods until they reached out to me. Today's video is brought to you by Future Marine. I'd like to share with you the boat of the week. This right here is about to be the 2025 Express H20 Bass Series. The Hyper Lift Series is now in the bass boats, guys. This thing right here, one unique feature about the boat I'm going to talk about is the storage capacity up there on the front deck. They have a new design with the storage, and man, I think it is great if you have a lot of tackle, rods. Also with that front deck, good enough size to fit a couple people on and fish in this comfortably. This all welded construction aluminum boat, guys, has a 175 Yamaha 4-stroke. The aluminum boats, guys, is starting to get into the bass fishing world and take it over. And guys, the Expressor was one of the first companies out there. Go ahead, if you want any more information on this Express or other Express, the link to Future Marine will be in the description. Ask for Tony Hodge, Mason Tuberville when you call them. And guys, we appreciate you, appreciate Future Marine for being a part part of my fishing business. Guys, they're great people, third generation family business, and that's who I would like to work with, is people that are family businesses. Now let's get back to the video. And then when I started using them, I was impressed, and I've thrown Denali's and Pals, thrown a lot of rods. Those are good rods too. I know I put a lot of people on those rods, but I'm really impressed with these rods. If you're interested in them, information is down there below, okay? If you are, send me a question on Facebook. Send me a comment in the video. I don't care, guys. Leave me some comments what you think about my videos and anything. You know, I appreciate the comments. Means a lot. But I've had a few people ask me about the level rods. People that have fished with me in the boat, or I've been in their boat on those lessons, they've already gone out and got some, because they can tell, and they're like, man, these things are really nice for the price. So there's that. Okay, I'm gonna go back and forth. All right, the next one is a small swim bait, Finesse swim bait. So this is for fish. You can throw this shallow too, because there's gonna be times they're pushing bait up on the banks. But this is gonna be for them fish that are chasing groups of them, okay? They could be that are out there schooling. This is a little 1/4 ounce jig head, queen tackle 1/4 ounce jig head, okay? And it's a Reaction Innovation skinny dipper, the baby dipper, the little dipper, I think is what they call the small one. So instead of the minnow, shaking the minnow, about to be swimming this guy above them groups of fish. This might be more of a forward-facing sonar tool, but of course, before facing sonar, caught fish with this time of year. So a little Finesse style swim bait, throwing it on a 7-1 medium light level NGX rod. I'm going 15-pound braid to 10-pound fluorocarbon, and I'm gonna have all that down there. As I mentioned earlier, been checking this line out. Some good stuff. It's from Japan. I've been pretty impressed with it. So there's actually a trip I'll share, maybe a little footage on. I caught a 5-pounder, and it wrapped me around some wire that was on a buoy, and I got it to the boat and it didn't break. So after that, I'm kind of sold on it. Okay, there's a lot of good line out there though. Next thing, my last one before I kind of get into the other guy. The last one, you guys know, it's Big Spoon. The fall Big Dixie is gonna come out, okay? I haven't talked about Dixie much lately. I've been throwing some other baits, been doing some other things, but Dixie Jet's about to be coming back in the house. If you watch enough of the channel, you know I love the Big Spoon. But lately, I've kind of not thrown it. I've not had the success with it. I've known people have in the evenings, but I've not done as well with it. I've caught some other fish as well. So it's the Dixie Jet Talon Spoon, big flutter spoon. I'm fishing this guy similar places where I'm throwing the big crankbait, okay? I'm throwing this at brush piles. I'm throwing it in timber, okay? And there are times where I'm using forward facing with this, okay? I'm gonna tell you, if you don't have forward facing, you might not want to throw it, okay? How I fish it around brush piles and stuff. But there's times where this is gonna get them dudes fired up, okay? And I'm throwing it on the 710, medium heavy, yep, moderate fast, 20-pound test, okay? And it's something, guys, as you know, I love throwing this thing from here on through the winter. I throw it year round, but it's about to come out for sure. Okay, so guys, there was 4 baits right there. Now, a couple other baits I know, like buzz baits, walking topwaters are great. The big worm's still a player, but another bait that is not in there yet, but I'm gonna be throwing it a lot, and you've already seen it, is the Jackal Riser. Okay guys, this is great for schooling fish. You can throw this thing up and down the banks, rock transitions, the little erratic action that this has on the water. Man, it has been fun. We've caught some fish with this the last couple weeks. I've had some people get mad at me talking about it on the Buzz, the radio show 1037 The Buzz. I do a radio show. I'm on a radio show where I share my fishing report. It's a giant radio show that plays on Sunday mornings, guys, at 8:30. And it has a website too, and a Facebook Live if you're not in Little Rock. It's a Little Rock region. But I get on there and share my reports for the lakes, like Hamilton, like you see behind me, the Gray, Ouachita. And I've been talking about this bait, and I've had some people get mad. But I mean, they're in every store here in Central Arkansas right now. I mean, like you walk in Trader Bill's, they're right there. So guys, I'm telling you, they're there for a reason. They catch fish. I know it's a high dollar bait. If you're like Jimmy, I'm not going to buy a $20 lure. That's great. Okay, I get it. I'm not telling you to, but it does catch some fish, okay? Throwing on 7-1 medium light as well, okay, the same 15-pound at 10 there. Now, one thing with it, I will say, there are times you can reel it faster, and you see that they might want to reel faster, a good solid retrieve on it, and then I like to even twitch it. I like to twitch, and it just makes that thing go crazy, okay? So as you see, it's a pretty cool little bait, all right? So guys, let me know your favorite bait for September. I didn't say it earlier, I'm down here in Arkansas. I'm fishing highland and lowland reservoirs. And if I'm fishing Arkansas, Missouri, down to Texas, these are gonna be my baits. Ain't Oklahoma, okay? Now guys, let's go get into the bait juice segment. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Faith Juice part of the episode, and today, real quick, I'm going to share a little bit of motivation. Kind of motivation, and it can be for you as well, but kind of more towards the youth, but you watching, if you're around youth, okay, and if you're around these kids, something that you can do, all right? Appreciate you guys watching this part of the episode. It's been encouraging to hear all the positive feedback, okay? So, guys, real quick, one thing that I watched the other day, I watched on Netflix. I don't really watch Netflix much, but me and my wife got on the series called The Swamp, or something like The Swamp. It was over the Florida Gators back in anyway, during the Tim Tebow, Urban Meyer kind of era. So anyway, Tim Tebow, as we all know, very outspoken in his faith, really good quarterback and all that. But one thing he said about that kind of hit me, that I thought was love, and I'm taking this forever. And it kind of goes back to one thing. I was in college. One of our professors, Dr. Gavan, told us to go be great. When we were like, as you're going to be in the teaching, coaching field, go be great. And I took that for heart, okay? Now, with Tim Tebow said this quote, and I'm taking it. He said when he was a kid, he got told by his dad and mother that he was special and that he was going to be great. And he said, the more I got told that, I started to believe in it. So that's something, guys, about kids. You get, they get told, this and this here and there, but I don't think we can tell them enough, or you enough as a person, that you have a chance to be great, that you are great. You're here for a reason. You are special. Tim, I think there's something more about like Tim, with the mom. I think Tim might have been in a situation when he was a baby, might not supposed to be like, I think they said the birth rate was going to be low for him, and his mom was like, nope, we're going to have him. And then, all of a sudden had Tim. And anyway, so there's some other stuff there too that he shared. But with that, Tim did work hard. I know. Tim worked hard. He worked hard. But part of his thing was he got told he had a chance to be great. And so you today, you have a chance to be great. You are special. You're here for a reason. But guys, if you're around them kids, tell them. And they might start believing it like Tim did, okay? Can't tell them enough. Thank you guys for watching the Faith Juice segment today. We'll see you on the next one.